Fly me to the moon. Hey, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. So glad you could make it. Today we're going to talk about National Guy Day. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. So glad that you could make it. I'm on my way down to Colonial Dorchester State Park. It's really just around the corner from me. I can't say it's one of the most exciting places I've ever been, but it's kind of interesting. And more importantly, I've been doing a lot of model photography up in Somerville in Azalea Park, and I'm just looking for someplace a little bit different. And I could do this today because it's Columbus Day here in the US. The day where we honor Christopher Columbus for braving the ocean on behalf of Spain. This discovery brought to you by Spain, colonizing more territory since forever. Of course, it's also Indigenous Peoples Day. I think it's kind of silly. Not that they don't deserve a day, but here's the thing. If you want to impress me, give them back Manhattan. Better yet, start out with all that area around DC that used to be Indigenous people territory. But it's a little less painful to just give them a day. Here, have a day. But we also hear revisionist history sometimes. Sometimes the facts are glossed over. Sometimes they're embellished. Whatever meets the agenda, right? What does the story of Christopher Columbus look like when you peel away all the stuff that gathers through history? I was reading someplace where they were saying, he was kind of a ne'er-do-well, and there was some rumor about a fling going on between him and the Queen of Spain. Of course, the King of Spain coming up with money to get rid of Mr. Columbus. Yeah, I'll finance your expedition. Why don't you go ahead on out? The Queen can stay here with me. Queen's all like, oh, Chris, you're so brave. Senor Chris, you're so brave. I get that all the time. I was reading another thing about the ships and how they've kind of been whitewashed over. That the original ships, that the original names had to do with prostitutes. But, you can't have that come down through history. Heaven forbid that a bunch of Spanish sailors out on the ocean for months and months at a time would name their ships after prostitutes. You say, but Chris, why do you call it Guy Day? Well, let's think about it. Him and his merry men jump on their ships. They go exploring. And apparently, nobody brought a map. They were classically guy lost. They were ultimately trusting the adventure. Anybody bring a map? No, not me. Maybe we should stop and ask for directions. I don't need directions. I know exactly where I am. Typical guy response. And proud of it. Setting out for India. Half a world away. I mean, that's lost on literally a global scale. They're lost. They finally hit shore. They get off. All the guys are like, I don't know if this is right. And Columbus, in a streak of genius, gets off the boat, finds the first people he can find and says, well, no, look, here are the Indians. Did he know better and was just trying to cover his butt? That's my guess. If there was a woman on any of those ships, they would have been like, you pull over right now and ask that man for directions. They would have gotten back to Spain. They would have said, hey, did you make it to India? And she would have called him out. She would have been like, he wasn't even close. I told the fool to take a left at Albuquerque, and he just wouldn't do it. I can't believe he doesn't listen to me. They never listen to me, etc. But no, Columbus got away with it and got a holiday named after him. He was essentially the first U.S. politician. Tell them what they want to hear. Yes, we're in India. Look, here are the Indians. All the Native Americans are like, huh? So, Guy Day. So Columbus is like the Homer Simpson of history. That's why I refer to this as Guy Day, because it was some of the first examples of things that make us guys and proud to own it. So this is Colonial Dorchester State Park. I'm not going to make a big travel video out of it because I just don't know if there's that much here, but this is what I'm checking out. In 1697, there was the village of Dorchester here along the Ashley River. There was a church built here in 17 something, shortly after that. And then in 1751 or 57, this bell tower was built. And the village of Dorchester was close to abandoned after the Revolutionary War. Still some gravestones here and there. There's a little bit larger cemetery on the other side. Not big by any means. There's always excavation going on here in little pockets here and there. I guess there's like 326 acres for them to still excavate. But that's some pretty old stuff right there. It'll be interesting when they find out what that was. Sometimes you'll come by here and you'll see revolutionary reenactments going on out there. It's pretty cool. See the muskets all stacked up. There used to be an old home here. So in summary, Fort Dorchester, brick powder magazine enclosed by a tabby wall 8 feet high, built in 1757. During the Revolution, Dorchester was a strategic point because of the Ashley on the other side. Fortified, commanded by Francis Marion. British troops occupied the town in 1780. Driven out by the cavalry and infantry under Colonel Wade Hampton and General Nathaniel Greene in 1781. Don't climb on the walls. It amazes me how many landmarks have to be fenced off because people can't stay off of them. But here we have the Ashley River. I don't know if you can see it through the trees, but that's the Ashley River. It was a major waterway at the time. Charleston is about 15 miles that way down the river. This is kind of neat. This wall it's essentially shells. That's a lot of oysters. I thought there was a cannon up there somewhere. Maybe they took it out. I kind of remembered it because I tried taking pictures of it before and they were a little blurry. I don't come here often, which is another reason I kind of wanted to scope it out again before I brought a model down here and tried to make pictures. I wanted to make sure what was here was worthy. And this is the Ashley River. And yes, there are alligators in there. See? The sign even says so. Alligators. It's really pretty here though with the fort and the trees. Moss hanging from the trees. Yeah, they must have taken the cannon out, which is kind of, I'm glad I came by because that's one of the things I was planning on using in some of the shoots. I did bring my 35 millimeter today, one of them. I brought the black and white film just because I'm trying to go through the black and white film. There's an old Revolutionary period boat landing around here someplace that I don't think I've ever seen because I'm never here at low tide. I'm not sure if it's specifically here, but I hear it's somewhere in the park. So that's Colonial Dorchester State Park. It's kind of cool in the sense that it's historic ground. But, you know, there's no amusement park there. For taking photographs? I don't know. I know a local photographer who is obscenely talented. Very, very, very good. And he shoots there all the time. But I just don't think it suits my purposes. I mean, I could shoot there in a pinch, but it wouldn't be my favorite place. It's probably in the mid-70s right now. I've been watching a lot of videos lately from people who are living in colder climates. And, you know, of course, all the leaves are changing. Temperatures are dropping. But if there's not snow falling already, it won't be too long from now. So right about this time of year, I start feeling like it's my obligation to get out and ride and post videos of those rides just for the people who can't. I mean, I know it's a little early. People are still out riding, but you know, that season is changing. You know, for this week's shout out, I've kind of been subscribed to this channel for a while because I watched the videos, I liked it, And then I stopped watching, to my shame. And I went back the other day and started watching them, and I thought, this is a good channel. And I should definitely mention it to everybody else. If you're not already watching, you're not already subscribed to this channel, check them out. And that's my shout out channel for the week. You should go check them out, subscribe, hit the bell, give them likes, share amongst your friends, all that good stuff. So I'm going to try and get this posted today. I think I can. If I can't, well, sorry, it's a day late. I know it's not Talking Monday, but I thought being a U.S. holiday, I'd try and get it in a day early. Maybe to make up for those days that I've been late. Oh, I should have gone. Still should have gone. I gotta get something to eat. I am wasting away to nothing. Okay, that's not even close to true. But I do have a Jones for some Taco Bell. You know, if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, well, definitely a vegetarian, but if you're a vegan, Taco Bell's got the 7-layer burrito, and you could just take off the cheese and the sour cream. I like to add Fritos and onions. Delicious. And guilt-free. So with that thought in mind, I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed your Columbus Indigenous People Guys Day. Go do something nice for somebody this week. Making the world a little better place, one little bit at a time. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. And I will see you next time. Bye.